I think the dream of building an African beauty company was something that had a seed from my background as a makeup artist, but began to blossom even more when I felt that the narrative of Africa needed to change and we needed to find more creative ways of changing that narrative. And I felt that beauty had a role to play.
Just going around Lagos, I found that I couldn't get stuff that I readily wanted or readily liked, or when I found stuff that I liked, they weren't really my size. So what I decided to do was to start my own fashion label that's Nigerian owned.
Professionally, I started in 1998, but I'd always acted way back, primary school, secondary, the university, in church. I remember back then, in front of the mirror, I'll always act, talk to myself, dance, you know.
I do remember that my mother was a pharmacist, moved back to Nigeria from England, as so many aspiring Nigerians did, to build up their country and take their own stake. And we'd gone home to the East one, probably Christmas or Easter, and her father asked her how long she was going to keep selling other people's products. And something was lit in her and she pursued manufacturing.
Nigerians did not have a casual fashion brand that they could say, yes, this is Nigerian owned and this brand actually meets every international standard that we know.
I produced Jennifer in 2009 and it was released into the market on DVD 2010. Yes, no, 2009. And I didn't expect it to be this big, not at all. I just wanted to do something different, you know. I wanted to pass a message across to young people in a witty way, you know. I don't want to do it really strict, straight up there. You have to be careful, HIV/AIDS is real.
You know, I met Tara for the first time in 2003 or 2004, I think, 2004. And she was a guest on a show I was working on at that time called New Dawn with Fumi. And for me as a young Nigerian who wanted to come out of school and get a job, it was remarkable to find somebody talking not about getting a job, not about doing something that other people had done before, but about creating something that didn't even exist, that didn't make sense.
When Tara started this business, she was using all the international brands, you know, I guess MAC, Maybelline, Fashion Fair, you know, some of the older brands in there. But what she found was that because these guys weren't making products specifically for African skin, you didn't always get shades that matched, you didn't always get things that, you know, worked well with African skin.
The dream was to one day be able to, for Africans to be able to walk through the stores in Selfridges and the Harrods and to be able to see something that belonged to them, that was for them, that came out of them. I wanted them to be able to see the brand in a way that it promotes our culture, our language.
Tara's dream has always been to create a proudly African brand that African women across the world can identify with and be proud of, which is also something that makes her stand out.
The journey is difficult, and it's difficult for all kinds of reasons. Whether it's in terms of finding cheap financing, you may be able to find, first of all, you may not be able to find the financing, but if you find it, it becomes expensive.
I attended auditions, I read so well, and the producer would tell me, I'm sorry, no, except you want to play an extra, you know. I actually featured in a lot of movies as extras, church extras, party extras, but I didn't let that discourage me. I stayed focused. I kept on attending auditions till I got a big yes that pushed me up there, and that was, I need to know.
I remember my first store, I had to fix the road as well. So I had power issues, but I also had to fix the roads because it had potholes all the way to my store. And sometimes you also need to provide your own water. So it's a very difficult journey and a very lonely journey as well. And there's a lot of sacrifice on that journey of entrepreneurship.
Years ago, there was a huge campaign encouraging people to focus on buying quality pharmaceuticals. And we really didn't have to change anything, you know, because we were already meeting and exceeding the local standards. If you ever have an issue with your quality, whether it is perceived or assumed, your business has a problem.
The quality of 24 has to always match up, and this goes on very on various levels. First of all, we look at the fabric. The fabric always has to match up. Then we look at the tailoring, we look at the styles we bring out, we look at the finishing as well, our presentation, our customer service. Everything has to match up with international standards.
We go through a lot of back and forth with our manufacturers, trying to find and try and test consistency in the quality. And for us, we have a point to prove.
I think that, you know, if you kind of look at the cosmetics industry and one of the biggest players in cosmetics, L'Oreal is certainly a very big one. Chanel is another big one. And we are using the exact same supplier, making the exact same product. And really the only difference is the packaging and the brand name. So yeah, we do adhere to very, very high standards.
I had just gotten back from work and someone called me to tell me that, you know, there were counterfeit products out there. First of all, I must confess, I was about to throw up. I got flashbacks of the journeys I had made, the strides I had made. I mean, this was still a time when I was selling stuff off the boot of my car, so it was really painful.
I remember the distributor called me up and said, Funke, we have pirated copies of Jennifer, the movie. And I was like, how can that be? I gave you the master, what are you telling me? You know, he said, it's everywhere. And when I saw the copy, I actually broke down and cried.
I heard it from one of our beauty reps who said, you know what, I've been to the market and I've seen something that is, you know, of great concern to me. And I thought, okay, send it to me, let me have a look. And she sends me a picture of a product that was branded Tara, looked just like our product, but she said, I don't feel that this is your product because the shade is wrong.
I was cold. I was shocked. I couldn't speak. I didn't even know what to say. And so all I saw was my youthfulness, because I spent all my young age, my youthfulness building this business. And what I saw was, I've done all this, and at this time where I should be able to step back and look back and say, I've done well, and it's time to rest or hand over to someone else, that I'll have to fight this kind of epidemic that also killed other international brands.
Myself and my co-founder Adebola were in Accra working on some campaign, and as we're leaving, we were just talking about her. Adebola says, I said, oh, do you know what happened to her? He says, oh yes, I was with her yesterday and she was telling me this. And for the first time, I think, in our lives, me and Debola held hands together and prayed for somebody else's business. Not for somebody else, not for another human being, not for a business that is not ours.
I remember literally feeling cold. I was petrified. I was petrified because, you know, counterfeits and fake in the market is just one of your biggest nightmares. Is something that you wish will never come near you.
Every money I had, I was putting back in the business. When people were buying land, I couldn't. When people were buying cars, I couldn't, because I had to buy a generator. And somebody would say to me, why aren't you driving a nice car? You're a celebrity. And I can't buy a nice car because I have to buy a gen, because I have to provide my own power. And I look back at all those times and the sacrifices that I've had to make, and I felt cheated. The consumer needs to change. The reason why counterfeit is fueling is as long as there's demand, there will be supply. And there's a supply of counterfeit because there's a demand placed on it. And if people stop buying counterfeit products and they buy only the original or the genuine product, then you see a death in that.
We can't do it on our own. Yes, we need the government, the federal government, to come to our aid. Shut Alaba. Yes, shut Onitsha. Clear them out. Help us to survive.
Government certainly has a role. Very busy, sorting out a lot of issues at the moment. However, if people are more aware and more discerning and demanding, then I think that would be the most impactful input.
So I also think for the consumers out there, you need to make a conscious effort to go out there and support this much loved brand. If you're a girl out there who uses Tara, continue using Tara and make sure you buy it from an authorized source.
And for people who have the ability to go through the process of replicating another product, I guess half of the job is done. you can just start off your own product and push on through that rather than completely replicating another person's product.
People who work or associate with the thieves that are counterfeiting House of Tara products can decide to become whistleblowers to inform House of Tara and the police and any other security officials that they can find that somebody's sweat, somebody's vision, and somebody's mission is being stolen by wicked people. Young business people should be alarmed by what is happening to House of Tara. It means that you could spend your energy building your brand, investing your effort, investing your spirit, your soul, your entire being into creating something beautiful. And in a country where there are no laws or laws are not implemented, someone can just take that name and just squander it.
My name is Uzoma Ezoke. I'm an executive director at Emzor Pharmaceuticals, proudly Nigerian, and I stand with Tara.
My name is Atai Iwogo. I'm an executive director at House of Tara, and I stand with Tara.
My name is Chude Jidonwo. I'm managing partner of Red, a media company, and I stand with Tara.
My name is Temitayo Eyitayo, CEO, Creative Director, 24 Apparel Limited, and I stand with Tara.
My name is Funke Akindele Bello, aka Jennifer. I'm an actress, a filmmaker, and I stand with Tara.
My name is Tara Feladruto. I'm the current CEO of House of Tara, and I stand with Tara.